Hytale just dropped the absolutely massive Chapter 1 preview blog post, and while there's a lot of insane and great stuff that we're all looking forward in there, you know me, let's deep dive into the... these blog posts could really use a table of contents. Here, Machinima tools, they're finally getting updated! So I already read the entire blog post, so I'm just gonna, before we start our analysis, gonna say I'm a bit worried. Because I feel like, at least here in the presentation, the focus is on something replay mod-esque. So, I mean, even if we get something like that, you can tweak that and play around with that to make Machinima, but I'm still kind of worried that that would be a bit harder to do and that the focus is on doing something like replay mod-esque. But they're probably nowhere done with where they want to get this, and let's just analyze what we have. Machinima is our tool that enables players to create in-game animations. We've been hard at work rewriting and expanding it for new capabilities. Create in-game animations is, promising. Let's just watch the clip. We have a couple of people. These three are like actual players, and this is a Machinima tool entity, I think. Entity, NPC, whatever it's called, but it's part of Machinima tools. And then here we have something else. This is another Machinima NPC thing, and we can see it's actually building stuff. So we have building recording, so builders can make time lapses now. And we see a lot of different keyframes here. I wonder what all of these different tracks are. Like, are those the blocks? But that would make sense, right? Maybe it's all of the entities here in the background. In the clip above, you can see the work in progress new tool in action. Among the new features is the ability to record gameplay to create replays that can be edited just like any other Machinima scene. So it's like a new type of scene. You can scrub through hours of recorded content, so this is nice to know that even if you have hours of content, it's easy to go through. To find the right moments you want to share. Scenes can also be composed together. Scenes can also be composed together and played back at any time to specific players. All of this is built with multiplayer in mind, so multiple avatars will be able to collaboratively edit the same scene together. This is also really cool. Creators will be able to use these features to create time lapses of their gameplay, cinematic let's plays, or animations that drive anything from boss fight cutscenes to moving platforms. We record our showcase videos and plan on creating in-game cutscenes using the same Machinima tools that we'll hand to you, so every one of these big improvements will help both of us and community creators. And this is where I'm kind of getting worried. Like, the new big thing here is clearly that you can make, record your gameplay and make scenes with that, which is great for let's plays and building time lapses, and the Machinima tools are it feels like the focus is on making YouTube videos and cutscenes. It definitely feels like that is the big focus of the Machinima tools, which you can use those to make Machinima, of course, but I am kind of worried that it seems like the focus is so much on that. But I guess we'll see, there will be a more in-depth video of me trying it all out when this finally launches. And there will, I'm pretty sure there will be more updates after this, of course. This video is just for first impressions and a quick analysis because there's not much here. So I just wanted to note that I'm kind of worried about that. Because, I'm a Machinima creator, and with Machinima, I mean movies/animations created in video games. And I would love to do that in Hytale, but if the focus is on YouTube videos and building time lapses and cutscenes, of course I can use those tools to make Machinima, but being acknowledged that these tools being developed with making Machinima in mind would be nice to know, I suppose. Okay, but what do we have here? We have a character here, and we can see their path, and they have some movement here. I really wonder why there are so many different entity tracks here. Are those really just all of the entities in the background? Okay, let's look at UI. I don't quite have in mind what the previous UI looked like, but it is different, I'm pretty sure. Also, it got renamed to cinematic up here, so that's another thing of the cutscene thing I'm worried about. But I think there's more information here, definitely, and it's all more condensed and small. I remember that one of the big grasps I had in my video where I analyzed how the Machinima tools currently are, the ones the game launched with, it was all way too big. Editing Kira here, I just noticed another thing that's like pretty big, and there's probably a couple of things I haven't noticed here that would be pretty important, but I mentioned all of those in like my other video. But what I just noticed, and because I'm putting it here because I'm talking about UI, the viewport is still like the way it was before. When you're making a machinima, you need to know the exact frame the viewer is gonna see. You need to know exactly where the corners are. But the way it is currently, it just takes whatever your camera is, but there's so much of the UI overlaid, you can't even actually see that. And like now that they're giving you the functionality to make cinematic let's plays and building time lapses, it's not even for just machinima anymore. Like even for those, you need to know exactly what the viewer is seeing. You need to know the exact contents of the image, like of the frame. But for like this, it's just like not really usable for that. Like you have to kind of guess what the lower part of the frame looks like and stuff like that. Like there should really just be a viewport here. That's I mean, you can make it an optional setting, but there really should just be a viewport here so you can see the exact full frame and know everything that's in it, and so you can frame it. And editing Kira here, I posted a suggestion on this on the feature requests forum. It's currently pending review, but by the time you're watching this video, it should be like open. So if you have a Hytale account and you agree with me and you want to make this more shown, maybe it would be worth it to press on the link in the video description and go to this feature request and upvote it. Thank you very much. Hopefully we can make this issue known. So we have some icons here, and I wonder, like this is probably this new type of scene that like records player movement, if that is a new type of scene. However that works. So maybe all of these are just entities that were in the background and this is an actual player. I just really hope the workflow can also be used to make machinimas. You know, like if you want to know more about all I'm saying, watch my previous video. I'll link it here in the description, or maybe it's like in the little eye if that thing still exists. But what we see here, it looks a lot better. So this wouldn't have been very easy to be made with the current machinima tools, especially considering all the bugs that I saw on YouTube. So it is definitely promising. World, yeah. Also considering that all of these entities have like a keyframe, like every frame or display frames, where you could change this to seconds. Would also suggest that this is just that the entire world has been recorded, essentially. There was one more thing I wanted to say, but I kind of forgot now. Oh yeah, you can zoom out finally. Yes, it got renamed to Cinematic Editor. So yeah, we can see the path here, and like. If everything else is recorded, we can't see their paths. Maybe just because this is the track that's selected right now. And also you can't see all of them currently. Like you only ever see a couple of the little boxes, which I guess makes sense because if you see all of them and you have like hours of recording, that's gonna be annoying. Yeah, so it's really good that this like works so fluently. There's no lag at all. It works very smoothly. So yeah, this is definitely promising. But like I said, this doesn't really say much about machinima. I mean, we have player movement recording now, which is great. That is like really essential to quickly make, like to make machinima. Basically, it's really good because like otherwise you have to animate everything by hand. But the focus here is definitely on building time lapses, cinematic let's plays, and they also mentioned cutscenes. Although I guess that would be more promising for the actual machinima part I'm looking for. But they didn't really show much of like none of this really suggests how you'd make a cutscene. Maybe this part would. So yeah, they didn't share a lot. Maybe they're also still working on it, and that's why they didn't show a lot. I think it said it's launching in the next 2 to 3 months. So yeah, within the next 2 to 3 months. So that's probably with chapter 1. Like everything they mentioned that's coming with chapter 1 says 2 to 3 months. But they also said it could release sooner, like before chapter 1, because they will use it to record a teaser/trailer for chapter 1, and of course if they do that they need the tools ready until then, so it could be that they'll launch this whenever it's ready. So I guess in the next couple of months we're gonna see this machinima tools update. You know, you're gonna see here on day 1 me trying them out and analyzing them, and hopefully I'll have a better impression than last time. But I mean, player recording existing is very promising, and if it works in a way where you can also use it to make like they mentioned cutscenes, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good. The tools are still very bare bones. unless there's more they haven't shared here. But I'm excited. I'll make my final judgment when this update came out, but I will probably try to actually make a short machinima after this came out, because if there's player movement recording, then it should work. It's gonna be a very basic and short machinima, but I'll probably try to make one. But we're gonna have to wait and see until this comes out. If you want to see that, subscribe and stuff, and ring the bell, or also join the Discord server in the description and select you want to be notified for high Sekiro stuff. And also, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't leave it, then leave a dislike. Also supports the algorithm. I think. Yeah. Thanks for listening to me yap for however many minutes this was. And go read the blog post. It's great. It's awesome. There's so much cool stuff. It's crazy. Also, I didn't expect they would be releasing minigames so soon. Like, it's also said next 2 to 3 months. Is that gonna be with Chapter 1? That's insane. Yeah, so, thanks for watching.